When literally AI can't screw us anymore, we have apparently AI aimbot devices now in console. So this is not in the console gaming scene, which is kind of unfortunate, to be honest.
Cheaters on PC significantly.
Meanwhile,
everyone on this top 5 list is using a Titan besides Josh B. Just for the record,
A
every single one on
Titan?
here is using Titan.
If you love 7 Cronus in, yeah, but like, okay, they have no recoil.
Black Ops 7 is the good shit. Black Ops 3 is higher tier. What do you mean? What? So you're just saying Black Ops 3 is better. Oh, okay. Yeah, you just proved my statement.
But they're still 0 IQ. So if I just outplay them, it's easy. But going against someone with
Because you just said Black Ops 7 is the good shit, as in like terrible shit. But then you're saying Black Ops 3 is a higher tier. So
Like, this is crazy.
what are you?
An idiot sandwich.
All memes aside, Mandy is far from an idiot sandwich. Even I thought the Zens and the strike backs on console was the biggest problem it was facing. And I couldn't have been more wrong if I tried.
What is this?
The Titan has completely
The
and
Titan?
utterly taken over console in a very short period of time. And in this video, I'm going to explain you what the Titan is, exactly what it does, how many people are using this device, and what
whoa. Can I see how many people are using it? Oh no, you don't show it here. Okay.
what needs to be done in order
It's
to
crazy
stop
that you can literally just buy this on Amazon. That's fucking wild to see that, to be honest.
this epidemic from taking over, because currently a thing called AI
Your mom
aimbot
doesn't
is
see the
taking
trash
over
emote, that's
console,
why.
and the Titan is to blame. So in order to understand the Titan, I'm gonna first explain
You
to
just
the
proved
Cronus,
BO3
the
is just
strike
better.
back. Most of you guys would know this is a device that you can preload scripts onto, which
Yeah,
vary
of
from
course.
game to
Everybody
game,
knows what
but a
these
game
two
like
are.
Apex, the most powerful scripts are movement-based ones and recoil-based scripts. So it can turn even the worst player's gun into an absolute laser beam. But the thing it's incapable of doing is aiming for the player. So say a bronze player was to use a strike back or a Cronus, it's gonna help him, yes, being able to laser beam people without actually learning recoil control, but that bronze player is not gonna be an Apex Predator overnight. Now, if that same glue sniffing regard that's in bronze was to buy a Titan, he could be an Apex Predator overnight, and I'm not
Bull fucking shit. There's no way this little dinky dink you can be in Pred overnight, dude. There's no shot, dude.
even kidding. So you hit Pred last split.
Yeah, it was my first split ever playing.
And that is one of the reasons it's gaining so much popularity. So the Titan is basically an aimbot built for console. And the way it works is very different from the aimbot you see on PC. The way it works on PC is the software gets access to your memory on your computer. And that's where the game stores all the information, like the enemy locations, your location. And that way the cheating software can give you wall hacks showing exactly where all the players are, give you aimbot by targeting and shooting exactly where the enemy is. And basically why that's never been a thing on console is because Xbox and PlayStation own the software and the hardware, making the memory on those devices impossible to access and manipulate, at least on the newer gen consoles. And this is where the Titan comes in, because it circumnavigates all of that by plugging directly into your PC. It's an AI program that watches your console gameplay. The AI is programmed to target the enemies, which sends that information back to your Titan, to your controller, in order to aim for you, giving you
What the fuck? Excuse me? So this is basically what it is, huh? This is basically what we're doing, huh?
aimbot. Now, I was aware of this 1.5 years ago, and I didn't even think this was a topic worth approaching, because have a look at the video I was shown of AI aimbot.
AI aimbot.
It's literally the worst thing imaginable. Here you can see it being trained to detect an object and aim at the object, but it's really
Oh, dude, that's crazy. Oh my god, dude, that's crazy to be hearing this. AI aimbot, dude. That's great. That's fantastic to be hearing this.
slow and bad at doing that at a non-moving object. Even a bronze player would be better than this AI. But boy, was I wrong. It has come leaps and bounds since then.
As someone myself who who can do really fucking pretty well or so with like movement and stuff like that in Apex Legends back then. I don't know how it is now, right? I don't know if my settings are still the same or so for it, if it'll still work and everything. But I was doing pretty well with like movement or so back then when I was playing with not on stream or so, but when I was playing because I stopped like, you know, I stopped for a good while or so after a while, but I'm saying like before I started streaming, I was playing with a couple of friends or so that they were teaching me how to play battle royales and everything like that. I still personally hated it, but my friend she dragged me into it, and then that's how I met Burrito, and it kind of like basically got me into FPS back again. And like I grinded myself in ranked and everything, and I got up to plat 2. No, was it diamond 2 or plat 2? I don't fucking remember, to be honest. Take care, Fable. And that's kind of like basically it, you know. There's already talks of AI being in the PS6 and it could potentially play games. However, this is a rumor, so take it as a grain of salt. Wait, are you saying they're gonna try to add like an AI thing or so where it'll literally like play the game yourself? Like it'll play the game itself or something like that? Is that what you're kind of like referring to? That's so weird, dude. I can already see the hacks and the aims for that in general.
This is about 6 months ago, a clip of it in the firing range on Apex. And while not that impressive...
So, this is crazy.
But now, at this point in time, the latest AI models are almost indistinguishable from PC Aimbots.
This is no input. This is no input. This is just his Titan. This is he's doing nothing but moving left to right. That's his Titan, just shooting the gun for him. Yeah, this dude's a creator of Titan though. He's the first.
Wait, so you're telling me you don't even have to you can play with this shit with like one fucking hand and just moving left and right? Yeah, that is the rumor. That better not be true, to be honest, because that'd be so fucking stupid or so if they actually add that into a console. Like, what kind of laziness did you have to be or so? Like, what, you're gonna start jerking your dick off or so while you're playing Stellar Blade or so, and then fucking playing the game by itself or something? Oh boy, Apex became the testing grounds for new cheats. Yeah, definitely Apex has became the new testing ground for cheats in general.
One to Titan on Apex. Shoot through the bank smoke and just his shit will track for him. This is all just AI.
What
He's
the
doing nothing. Sliding and shooting.
And he gets a 4K and wins. That's stupid.
Yep, of course.
So he's not even he's literally just moving. Like he's just like left stick.
Yeah,
like
no,
button.
he's just moving and then pressing LT when he sees people. Like he's just pressing LT and holding RT, that's it. Like he's not moving his stick right there at all. It was just doing it for him. Because once you see someone on your—
So what's the point? So what's the point of having a fucking right analog stick if you just only need the one analog stick in order for you to do stuff? All you do is just move around and just fucking press L1 and R1 or so to shoot, and then you just use your fucking thumbs to do the arrows, and then press the buttons or so. What in the flying fuck is this, dude? What the hell?
screen, it's like they're dead.
Now the question is, how bad of a problem is this? As it's obviously
pretty fucking bad, to be honest.
Complicated cheat than just plugging in a Zen or a Strike Pack. Let's let one of these top pred cheaters tell you how bad it really is.
Every single game, and I mean literally everyone, there is Titan, at least one. There's usually multiple. Everyone on this top 5 list is using a Titan besides Josh B. Literally every single person on this whole fucking list plays with cheaters, except Josh B. He's the only one who's openly said, I don't want to play with a cheater.
So quickly, a tragic update to this, which none of you will be surprised by. A member from my community has reached out with undeniable evidence showcasing that Josh B is in fact just a cheater projecting, saying he doesn't want to play with cheaters. He himself is using a cheating device, as can be seen very clearly here. He goes AFK real quick to adjust the setting on his Titan. You can see him aim down sight, and you can see there, that's the wiggle of the extra aim assist setting that is on the Titan, turned up pretty high because it's a noticeable jiggle, and then immediately afterwards to make sure that his zero recoil is set up perfectly
what
fine
the
on his
fuck?
R99. Right there, it's undeniable evidence that this guy is in fact just a cheating scumbag projecting. So in fact, every single one of them is cheating, even the guy that doesn't play with Titans. You're still a cheater, bro. That's just like a wall hacker saying you won't play with an aimbotter. No matter which way you look at it, they're both losers, which means you, brother. But not only that, I spoke to a cheater that doesn't even play shooting games, has come from 2K where he also uses a...
Oh my fucking... Oh, what? Wait, are you... No. No, no, no. People are using this Titan AI thing to cheat in 2K, dude. Man, dude, ball and gun gamers are the shittiest type of fucking gamers I've ever heard in my entire life, dude. Holy fucking shit, dude. Ball and gun gamers are never beating the allegation, bro. You will be... I will say it to your guys' face. You guys are a ball and gun gamer if you guys are fucking doing this shit, dude. That is fucking crazy, dude. That is wild, dude. Maybe TBH was right. You know, you gotta call these people ball and gun gamers. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Because we all know for a fact that they try to play any other type of video game or so in a different genre or something, they probably get their ass kicked or so by the video game itself, you know? Because they don't got their aim and hacking shit on it, you know? Told you 2K ninjas are a different breed.
But this was his very first season playing Apex. You hit Pred last split.
Yeah, it was my first split ever playing.
Nobody in the history of Apex has gotten good enough to hit Pred in their very first time playing the game. This device is...
I probably could have hit Pred or so. The first time probably Apex came out or so. I probably could have hit Pred, because I've played FPS games for quite a hot minute, so.
Why literally doing everything for the player, causing console players to come across more aimbotters than they ever have before.
That's
the situation
crazy.
of console is out of hand, where apparently in the higher ranks, it is every lobby you're going up against this device.
What
All
the
the
fuck?
top ranks right now are either using the Titan or begging somebody with the Titan to play with them, as they feel it's the only way to get RP. That's the top 50 Discord, right?
Literally every single person on this whole list plays with cheaters. People like adding everyone need one Titan. Like it's that bad. At everyone need one Titan. I need a Titan player real quick. I need 2 Titans right now. This is Titan season.
Even
Wow, dude. I need 2 Titan players. I need a Titan player. Man, that's fucking crazy to hear this, dude.
what some people believe to be the best console player right now,
He's genuinely the best player right now on console. There's no one better than him.
has admitted to playing with these Titans because it's necessary. This shit is so corny. Imagine Apex Pros saying it's necessary to play with an aimbotter on PC. And if you feel like it's necessary to play with a cheater, in my mind, you're just as much of a pathetic loser as they are. But the problem is, not a single Titan user so far has been banned, even when they're blatant and honest about their use. And that's why in my mind,
everybody's fucking cheating, bro. That's fucking crazy, dude. Everybody is literally just fucking cheating, man. This is the only reason why I don't trust any FPS players, dude. I really don't.
it's worse than PC cheating. Now, how can you spot these devices? If someone's using a Titan, how the hell can you be like, yep, that's a Titan, no, that's not a Titan? Well, one, aimbot should be incredibly obvious to every gamer, so this is one of the easiest devices in the history of devices to spot.
Well, actually, to be honest, I can give you one fucking reason. If it has literally 0 recoil on that stupid fucking gun, they're cheating. Point and period, so. Especially on console.
A Titan, you'll know. Like, they will literally be locking onto people. Like, it'll look like they have aimbot.
2, it does have a massive shake to it, especially if used on a lower end PC.
It'll like shake, their screen shakes, and you know instantly when they're shooting, like that they're Titan. So the better
I don't
your
view
PC
bot.
is, like,
I don't view bot. I don't fucking use I don't use fucking aim hacks or whatever shit. No, I literally do everything like legit, you know. You're not gonna get anyone who is honest or so compared to me, so.
It'll run. Once like you're out of bullets and shit, it'll just start shaking because it's controlling the recoil for you. Like, you're not controlling the recoil, it'll just do it for you. You just hold RT.
Which is a complete and utter telltale giveaway. 3, the device is an AI. You guys all know, no matter how good the AI, it makes mistakes. Especially this one, which is trained to see enemies. Because guess what looks exactly like an enemy? One of your teammates. The AI aimbot will literally lock onto teammates thinking it's an enemy. It'll lock onto trees sometimes. Like, it is just not very intelligent of an aimbot. I've actually been given the information of a TikToker that does this, that pretends to be good. So for the first time now, we're gonna watch his gameplay and see how obvious it is he's using a Titan or not.
Wazuki, this is the guy I'm talking about. His shit looks legit.
So in this video, I showcased all the soft cheats that like aimbotters use to make it look like they're legit. And it's actually exactly the same sort of settings over on Titan. So things like smoothing, where the aimbot doesn't actually stick exactly to the player, but trails behind them. You can turn that up. You can also turn how quickly it flicks to the target. Also, you can change how much of your screen is targeted. Like, your aimbot will only work if you're like close to the player kind of thing, not snapping across your screen. But at the end of the day, it's still an aimbot, and you can still pick up on these guys using this device. Sometimes you'll know before even spectating the player, but that something is just wrong, like here.
On God, one may I cheater. Oh my God! Oh my God!
But here's a loser that uses a Titan but turns his settings down to make it look like
Right, this guy who is jacked and ripped and everything, fucking pred. Okay, buddy, sure. I totally believe a guy who literally posts himself literally with his shirt off, all ripped and jacked, but randomly has pred all over his goddamn thing or so. No, I just don't believe that, not a single bit. Because we all know for a fact, when someone works to go up to pred, usually, right, the people how they look like or so, who climb up to pred or so, legit don't look like this. They don't look like this whatsoever. This is not what they look like.
is legit, but he's in all the Titan discords, which exposes himself. So we're gonna have a look and see exactly how obvious this all is. Obviously, you can see here he's playing on Xbox, so it's easier for him to cheat as well.
That's
like,
fucking
straight
crazy,
away,
dude.
within like 2 clips, you know something's weird. Like, the best thing about Apex is you can watch the POVs of all the best players in the world, like very easily live on Twitch at any time. And if you're incredibly talented at Apex, like you have the best aim, the best recoil control, you will quite easily make it to the very top. Like, I played since the start of the game, and there was only a handful of people right at the beginning that were better than me from my country. For example, I was the second person to hit pred the first time Apex released ranked. The only person to beat me in my region was a little fella you might know by Jen Burton. Someone else that used to cook me in solos is someone called Waltzy. Like, if you're incredibly talented, you will make it to the top, no problem. So seeing people like this that are hitting insane beams at aimbot-like accuracy, that are sitting on Xbox and not making it anywhere in the Apex scene, it is quite obvious they're just cheating scum. Like, if this is a clip that you know a pro player would struggle to hit and they're just consistently doing this, then it's obvious they're just cheating. Like, this guy is like Zim in his title. Like, everyone that watches him on TikTok knows he's cheating. This platform is where all the scummy cheaters post their clips.
Oh, so that's where they literally expose themselves, is on TikTok. Yeah, no wonder.
Kind of like the platform that lets him get away with this crap. But I would like to say that watching highlight reels is kind of the worst way to determine someone's cheating or not. The
best legit. Oh my god, these comment sections, dude. You so strong, twin. Best legit player. That's crazy.
The best way is actually seeing that normal gameplay, which we might be able to do here if he actually streams on Twitch. He won't ever get a following, or many people just won't watch someone like this, simply because no one wants to watch a cheater. Any glue-sniffing regard can cheat and do well. So he last streamed 10 days ago, probably doesn't have any VODs available for me to watch, just highlights, yeah. His gameplay is probably watched by little to no one. He'll never make it as a creator. He'll always just be a cheating scum.
Yeah, of course.
Programs to play for him. There's no long gameplays where we can watch and we can really dissect his cheats. Like, if he's using this AI aimbot, I guarantee you I'd be able to find clips of it messing up. But seeing as it's all just little highlights where his little aimbot does it for him, like, who the hell wants to watch that? Wazowski, I know you're watching this. Why even bother, brother? You're never gonna make it. No one's gonna pick you up. You're never gonna get signed. You're never even gonna make $1 off this crap. You're literally paying for the game to be played for you. You're like the epitome of a loser. Like, the closest analogy I can get to what you're doing is like getting a hot girlfriend and then paying someone else to fuck her. That's basically what you're doing. You might get the friend badge at the end of the day, but it doesn't mean anything if you're paying for the program, brother. At the end of the day, you're just a cuck loser that nobody has respect for. Now, I'll be 100% honest. I used to be incredibly good at Apex when it first came out. But at that point in time, I was mid-20s. Now I'm sitting in my mid-30s with a much worse reaction time, nowhere near as good as I used.
My reactions time is still the same. The funny enough about it, people keep saying like your reaction time gets slower or so, but like it doesn't. Mine is still like literally above average like reaction time. Like maybe it might have went down before, maybe. But I'm like, the problem is like my reaction time is more on controller than mouse and keyboard, to be honest. I don't know, maybe there's a reaction time thing or so on controller or something like that.
To be, I will still never resort to cheating. I don't need a pretty badge to feel good about myself. It's a game after all. I'm playing out of enjoyment and to have fun. Something I know that's missing from your life. If this is the shit you need to do. The biggest reason it's such a problem right now is because of...
You know what I should do or so? If I ever play FPS games again, like, well, as in like hardcore or something like that, right? I'd be like, I'll probably type in like the title of my Twitch stream or something, and be like, only non-cheater in this entire category. Watch a non-cheater in this entire FPS category.
Xbox.
Or something like that, you know?
You saw the Xbox leaderboards was because the Xbox is doing absolutely nothing to prevent these devices from being used on its platform. It is basically enabling cheaters. They are buying Xbox for the sole purpose of cheating. The latest PlayStation PS5 has actually done a bloody good job so far of stopping these devices.
Really?
But more needs to be done by them.
I'm surprised that Sony is
So,
actually stopping them.
If you have a Cronus or if you have a Titan, you cannot plug them into the PlayStation because it recognizes that device and says, no, you can't use that here. So that
really? Wait, really? Wait, hold up a sec. I gotta see the proof for this. Let me see. Yes, the PS5 can detect it and implements a measure to block Cronus Zen's, especially for cheating, leading to potential account bans. But users have found a workaround like Zen Link adapters or complex remote play setups to bypass the detection for legitimate uses of scripts, though Sony and game developers Activision EA actively partner a counter it for a new firmware to detection software. Wow. That's crazy. Maybe I'd be curious yourself. Maybe I'll probably pick up a used PS5 and then like buy like maybe just buy Call of Duty on there and then see if that's actually legit or so, to see how different it is, you know, from PC to console or so. Just something like that in general, just to test it out or so. I'd be very curious. Like maybe I'll have like maybe we'll like record or something for a couple of matches or so on like PC, and then from there we'll go on console and then do that or so, just to see the comparison. You type Xbox, it will give you the same answer too.
Device will not work. Now, there are workarounds that people do to use that on PlayStation, that PlayStation need to do their best job at stopping. But all of them have downsides. One, they either cost money, or two, they make the gaming experience hell. So the first option they have is to buy a device like a Zim, which is mouse and keyboard on console with aim assist. Or two, they can buy something called a PS Mate, which also costs money.
What the fuck is this? What? A PS Mate? A P5 Mate or PS Mate. What the fuck is this? What is a P5 Mate? A P5 Mate, specifically B Savior P5 Mate, is a plug-and-play USB adapter for the PlayStation 5 that unlocks its potentially by letting you use non-native controllers like Xbox and Switch Pro controllers on peripherals like keyboard and mouse. by tricking the PS5 into recognizing them as a genuine controller. It's a gateway, quotation marks, gateway device that supports low latency wired and wireless connections, macros, and gyro functions, allowing for enhanced versatilities beyond Sony's built-in controller limitations, though some features and competitive gaming carries risks. Oh, I see. Okay.
Costs money. So they have to
Dude, this guy knows a lot more than like meets the eye or so when it comes to this in general.
their device through another device in order to mask it to the PlayStation. Or they can do what's called remote play, but that adds a ton of input lag, which is terrible for FPS games, so most people don't want to do that. So the easiest option is actually just get an Xbox, because the Xbox lets you use any of these devices without a single problem. It's a free reign for those cheating devices, which is a bloody pathetic job by Xbox, and something needs to be done immediately. You're already losing the console war by a massive amount. No one's buying your console, and now you're letting it a free reign for cheaters. That is just going to cost you millions of dollars if people figure that out and think, hey, if I want to have
Xbox
a
ain't
more
doing
fair
jack shit,
experience,
to be
I'm
honest.
just going to buy a PlayStation. Do you want to lose any more of your market share, you bloody idiots? It would be very easy for you guys to go hard on this and do an even better job than PlayStation, which would be a good selling point of being the more secure platform. So both PlayStation and Xbox, pull your finger out your ass. You need to do more. Now, the reason I went so hard on Xbox and PlayStation is because Apex can't exactly run easy anti-cheat on PlayStation, but that doesn't mean more cannot be done, because you are doing the bare minimum already and more has to be done. Immediately, you guys need to roll out the same server-side anti-cheat protection that you recently implemented.
I'm so curious. I want to do an
PC,
experiment on this, actually. Maybe we can do it during the springtime or something like that, you know?
Lost hundreds of millions due to the
Maybe during
player count
spring or so, we
decrease
can probably do
because of this
something.
cheating problem. This is a very minimal investment that you will get your return on if you can stifle this problem. Now, you might be wondering what the server-side anti-cheat is, and I don't want to give away too many of EA's secrets. Simply explain, it's basically an AI algorithm that can determine unfair play. So if like rage hackers are like straight up aimbotting, similar to how this device is aimbotting, it can detect those players simply due to their unnatural performance in game. Whereas something like Easy Anti-Cheat's job is to actually detect the software being used. EA's server-side anti-cheat is a little bit different in that respect and can absolutely be used in this scenario, although the reason they're not currently doing it is because it costs them money. But really fast, I'm going to get into the other problem on console that you guys are facing. Because of crossplay, you come across Nintendo players and that device is compromised. So unlike the PlayStation and Xbox that have their memory protected,
players,
the Nintendo is jailbroken, and there's a way to access the memory on the device, making all the cheats possible on PC possible on Nintendo. So there's a lot of people paying a lot of money for Nintendos that can run the—
Bro, it's straight up, it's a Japanese player who's actually doing this for their that's a Nintendo Switch 2, right? Yeah, that's a Nintendo. Wait, are you are you telling me that like they're jailbreaking the Nintendo Switch 2 to do this or something? Huh? Impossible.
super rage hacks that PC can, but it's pretty damn expensive. Satoshi from the EA anti-cheat team, massive shout out to him, has been manually banning these devices, so that device is then bricked in terms of Apex. They are no longer able to use that device, so all the money just gets washed down the drain if they paid for the Nintendo cheats, which is absolutely
hilarious. Because I assume if you pay for the Nintendo Switch 2 or so, you know, they can break your console anyway, so...
Because that's something never done before on PlayStation and Xbox, because what happens over on those platforms is they just account ban, so these cheaters that get an account banned on Xbox and PlayStation can just make a new account and use that. Now, it's impossible to get an exact number of how many of these devices are over on console, but just from the people I've spoken to, you can expect to run into it in the higher ranks on an extremely regular basis, and you can expect the Pred leaderboards to be absolutely chock-filled with these scumbag losers. It really is quite unfortunate. I do feel sorry for you console guys, as you have seemed to be somewhat forgotten by the EA anti-cheat team, and that needs to change, seeing as how much money you make them. They absolutely need a team to focus on the console region. And
It's probably one of the
clean up
reasons
these
why I never came
leaderboards
back to
and start
Apex.
hardware banning
Or I
these
would ever
losers.
play
Make it
Apex
so they can
again, you
never
know?
access
I will never
Apex
play
again
Apex
from
again.
their PlayStation 5 or their Xbox if they decide to
Like, there's
cheat.
some things that I like about Apex, right? Like the movement, the way how the guns feel, you know, I like the abilities for some of the heroes and stuff like that. But I'm like, the one true reason why I wouldn't want to play it or so, it's just I'm just not a huge fan of battle royale games in general. But that's also another thing too as well. It's like it's just the cheating or so, you know.
Torch them off the face of the earth like you did to the Nintendo guys. This Titan is literally rage hacking and is ruining console as a whole and will have people quitting by the truckload if something isn't done soon. If this problem becomes even more widespread like it's looking to be, when all the little blue sniffing retards that use Zen and Kronos figure out there's something more powerful they can use, they probably will transition, seeing as working hard or getting good at something isn't exactly something they know how to do. This video was a quick explainer so everybody can be on the same page as exactly what the Titan and the Titan V2 is.
The Titan and the Titan V2.
I might do a follow-up video where I go really in depth into how the AI programs are trained, why they've advanced so far. Like, I could go way more in depth than I did in this video, but people have short attention spans, so I decided to keep this clear and concise. If you guys are looking to turn your life around, lose some fat, gain some muscle, I'm helping people do that. Here you can see someone that's worked with me for only 7 weeks and has lost 10 kilos of fat and already looks drastically different in such a short period of time. If that's something you're interested in, let me know. Set up a video call with me and we can go through everything. Anyway, peace out. Have a wonderful...
Okay. My curiosity is, did he actually made a video on that? Because this was a couple weeks ago or so that he made that specific video. The TSM, how TSM panics Apex destroyed his own career. I don't know who TSM. TSM pro player exposed by cheating community. TSM pro? TSM? Oh, it's a pro player. Apex isn't dying. Here's the truth. How Apex Legends #1 player is cheating and EA does nothing. Apex finally took action. The cheaters didn't take it well. Okay, so there's like a follow-up or so. So he didn't really make anything like that in general, so okay. That's interesting though. God damn, dude. AI, well, I'm not surprised that AI is gonna get implemented into it, but I was hoping they'd get implemented into the anti-cheat, but who knows. I don't know how long that'll take or so for them to start implementing on it, but yeah. Oh well, it is what it is at the end of the day, so. It is what it is. What a sad day for the FPS scene. Like overall, like yeah, he's mostly talking about Apex in general, but this is just generally just throughout just all FPS, you know? So, it's sad. Sad indeed.